Okay, so we're going to go over the rounding rules for decimals. Okay, for dividing, for quotient, for rounding the quotient. Okay, so let's say we're dividing two numbers and maybe there's decimals involved. So one, we're going to divide to one place past the desired rounding place. So remember, we're going to go one place to the right, okay? Because we got to divide to that digit in order to decide how we're going to round, right? Because we got to use the regular rounding rules. So then once we do that, we attach zeros to the dividend after the decimal if necessary in order to carry out that division. And then finally, 3, round the quotient to the specified place. So let's look at this example here. The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move the decimal point over. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, and by the way, they want to round to the nearest tenth. Okay, they want the quotient rounded to the nearest tenth. So, but the first I'm going to do, again, use the technique of moving the decimal. So we're going to move the decimal here. And then we're going to move this decimal here. So this is going to go here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to round one place past this. So I'm going to put a 0 here. Okay? So now I do the division. So 32 doesn't go into 1, it doesn't go into 15, but it will go into 152. So how many times will 32 go into 152? It looks like it's going to go 4 times, right? It won't go 5 times because that's going to give me what? $151. Or wait a minute, hold on a second, will it? No, I'm sorry. That's going to give me 160. Okay, so can't do that, so it's got to be 4. So 32 times 4 is what? 128. Subtract 128, and what do I get? $24. Okay. And so now I'm going to drop down. So now I'm 247. So now I do the division. So 32 goes into 247 how many times? I believe it's going to be 7 times. Because 8 times will be 252. Or 256 won't be, right? Because if I double this, it's going to be 256. So that won't work. So 7. Okay. And so I'm going to get 224. So 32 times 7 is going to be what? 7 times 3 is 210. 210 plus 14 is 224. And then I'm going to subtract. And what are you going to get? You get 23. And then you drop down. So we drop down to 0, right? So 230. Well, this is going to be 7 again. So again, that's going to be 224. And if you subtract, the remainder is going to be 6. But we don't care about that. All we care about is this place value here because we're rounding to the tenths place. So we need to look at this number. This number's 5 or bigger, we round this up to 8. So the answer is approximately 4.8. And that's it. And that's how you do it. Take care.